Hello everyone, my name is Chris Anderson, and today I'll be going over my online video TV final project. First off, I want to acknowledge some of the difficult times that we've been going through with the spread of the COVID-19 virus and being under lockdown for so long now. I know that times like these can instill negative thoughts and negative thinking, but I believe it is extremely important to think as positively as possible, as this can reduce stress and ultimately have positive outcomes on mental health, like reducing anxiety and depression, and even on physical health by limiting the body's stress hormones such as adrenaline and cortisol. So to start out, I want to talk about Bellevue College and how it plays an important role for many students. Bellevue College is a destination for learning, a place to develop one's skills, and is also a formidable institution for obtaining a higher level of education. Bellevue College is very inclusive in the sense that it comes with having fewer barriers for students to enter and begin their journey for a higher level of education when compared to other colleges and universities. And to go over the project brief, we were given the task of creating a minute-long video that was meant to highlight Bellevue College as an exceptional choice for obtaining a post-secondary education. I wanted to highlight Bellevue College for their affordability, inclusiveness, and the fact that it is a great place to develop one's skills and become the greatest version of oneself. Next, I'll be going over video project planning. The Bellevue College Marketing and Communications Department is developing a recruitment communications process for students who potentially want to attend, so I want to provide them with the information they need to make an informative decision on whether or not Bellevue College is the right school for them. Not everyone is sure exactly where they want to go to college or what they want to study right out of high school, so the goal of this video is to educate and inform potential Bellevue College candidates of the benefits associated with attending Bellevue College. It's important to note that Bellevue College falls under the SAGE archetype, and this is because of their dedication to helping students reach their goals and potential when it comes to achieving a higher level of education. Bellevue College is seen as an affordable school and at a good value for the education that they provide. This is important because a big deciding factor for many students on whether they want to continue their education is the price of tuition and housing, so that's something I really want to emphasize in my video. I want to convey some of the positive aspects associated with Bellevue College, such as the small class sizes with interactive teachers and students, and the different services and programs available to students. Some of my goals are to convey Bellevue College in a positive light and to highlight some of the biggest benefits associated with attending Bellevue College, such as the ones I listed previously. Another goal of mine is to reach a large audience and specifically cater to those who are seriously considering attending Bellevue College. Bellevue College has a good reputation, but I want to represent it as a destination for education rather than just a stepping stone to move on to a university after. I think it's great that people want to continue their education and see Bellevue College as a place to start, but I also want to point out that Bellevue College has higher levels of education than just being able to obtain an associate degree. Engagement and interactions will be some of the biggest measures of success, such as likes, comments, and shares. Like I just mentioned, engagement such as likes, comments, and shares are all important metrics because they ensure that our audience are really watching the content that is published and that they also approve of it. Obtaining likes, comments, and shares also improves the algorithm on many different platforms such as YouTube and Instagram, so the more engagement we have on our videos, the more likely it is that our video will be shared to an even wider audience and that it will reach more people. As I mentioned earlier, likes, comments, and shares are all valuable metrics I plan to measure when it comes to my video success, but also reviews and responses through videos, blog posts, and articles are another great way to benchmark a video success. Next, I'll be going over the video project storytelling plan, or the EFG, which stands for Emotion, Fact, Go. Starting with emotion, I want to emphasize the impact that obtaining a higher level of education can have on one's self-confidence, as well as their ability to make a greater impact on the world. I think one of the greatest challenges many people come across in life is deriving some sort of meaning from life and to fulfill a role that gives them a greater sense of purpose and well-being. Fact: the price of tuition and housing is relatively cheap when compared to other colleges and universities. Bellevue College is also close to desirable potential workplaces and headquarters such as Amazon and Microsoft. The chance of working for one of these companies is of course dependent on what someone decides to major in and the skills they already have, but the chances of landing a higher level position go up if one has some form of education at the higher level, such as an associate or bachelor's degree. Go. To better oneself by obtaining a higher level of education, and to potentially take steps that are efficacious in order to obtain one's dream job. This kind of goes back to the emotion component, but pertains to how someone can actually apply themselves effectively based on the emotion component. Next, I'm going to be going over the video project storyboard. First, I want to start by evoking emotion by talking about how not everyone knows what they want to study in college or if college is right for them at all, and I want to show the audience that Bellevue College might be the right choice of college for them and that it's a great place to start their journey when it comes to obtaining a higher level of education. Next, I want to talk about how affordable Bellevue College is when compared to other colleges and universities, because I think this is a huge plus when attending Bellevue College and something that a lot of students can benefit from. I also want to talk about how Bellevue College has a wide selection of bachelor's degrees, because I feel like this is something that is often overlooked. I think a lot of people see Bellevue College as a great place to get an associate degree, but like I mentioned, I think a lot of people overlook the fact that Bellevue College has a wide variety of bachelor's degrees as well. Something else I want to emphasize is how getting an education can help make oneself better and can ultimately make it so one can make the world a better place to live. Next in the storyboard, I talk about how gaining expertise and making the world a better place can help one develop a greater sense of purpose and well-being. And to wrap everything up, I make it so the Bellevue College website is big and bold on the screen, as well as the Bellevue College logo. That way, potential students can see it and start enrolling right away. And now I will be going over my video project activation planning. My activation strategy was greatly reliant on the motivational factors of attending Bellevue College. This includes taking the steps to better oneself by obtaining a higher level of education and preparing oneself to increase their ability to make a greater impact on the world by using the expertise they have gained from obtaining a higher level of education to make the world a better place to live. I think one of the greatest challenges many people face in life is to derive some sort of meaning from life, and to fulfill a role that gives them a greater sense of purpose and well-being. I genuinely believe these are some of the most motivational factors when it comes to pushing people in a direction to advance themselves and move on to the next phase of their life cycle. Next, I will present to you my Bellevue College video content final. Hello everyone, my name is Chris Anderson, and I'm a senior in the digital marketing program at Bellevue College. It can be quite difficult to decide what one wants to study once they graduate high school, and for some people, college isn't right for them at all. But I'm here to let you know that Bellevue College might be the right choice for you. Unlike other colleges and universities that will bleed you dry and leave you buried in student debt, Bellevue College is quite affordable and has a lot of different payment plans and options that are suitable for all walks of life. And you can probably find one that works for you as well. A lot of people are familiar with the wide variety of associate degrees that are available at Bellevue College, but what a lot of people don't know is that Bellevue College also has quite an extensive list of bachelor's degrees as well. By attending Bellevue College and obtaining a higher level of education, you can develop the best version of yourself and ultimately make the world a better place to live. By gaining expertise, mastering your craft, and sharing your new skills with the world, you can develop a greater sense of purpose and a deeper sense of well-being. Now that I've gone over my Bellevue College video content final, I'll be going over creating an effective video campaign for Bellevue College, where I'll discuss some effective video campaign strategies that Bellevue College can start implementing right away. So first thing to note is that there's not much video content on their Instagram or Facebook pages, and a lot of the content seems to revolve around different student programs and different resources that are available on campus. Their YouTube videos are generally short and get to the point rather quickly. The only exception to this that I came across was the online commencement ceremony that happened in 2020. A lot of the content across the different platforms serve almost as animated posters rather than actual videos. And most of the videos across all the platforms seem to be made in a way to help or guide students in one way or another. So the mission statement would be to bring the information students need to succeed to the forefront and to provide guidance whenever it is necessary. And the vision statement would be to create opportunities for students in our community so they can reach their full potential. And finally, to wrap things up and to draw some sort of conclusion, I will be going over key learnings. It is extremely important to evoke emotion in order to form a deeper connection with one's audience. This is because emotional advertising grabs people's attention and people tap into their emotions when they are about to make a purchase, which over time builds brand loyalty. The benefits of whatever you are promoting must be highlighted and discussed. The reason why is because if there are no benefits associated with whatever you're promoting, there's no reason for the consumer to buy into what you're selling, especially if another brand, company, or in this case college, has something better to offer. You also want to make your audience an offer that is not only risk-free, but is also beneficial to their well-being and growth. People don't like making decisions that are harmful to them or their well-being, so it only makes sense to provide them with a product or service that will benefit them and help them grow. You also want to make sure there is a call to action, because if there's no call to action, the consumer won't buy your product because there is no urgency or reason to do so unless they are urged to do so by some sort of call to action. You also want to give your audience a reason to follow through with your offer. As I mentioned earlier, if there are no benefits associated with whatever you're promoting, there's no reason for the consumer to buy into what you are selling. So it's the creators or the advertiser's job to give the audience something to look forward to and a reason to follow through with whatever offer they have for the consumer. I also want to give a special thank you to Renee, David, Ruthie, and Catherine for all the help that they provided this quarter. Thank you very much.